Yes, children, in previous video we have talked about the different kinds of phytohormones and we have seen the different kinds of movement, plants movement. But now we'll see the control and coordination in case of the human body. So already explained, the two coordinators are present inside body that try to control and coordinate the different kinds of internal organs functioning in the body and doing functions simultaneously. Maybe heart, maybe kidney, maybe liver, digestive system. So many different organs, but they are not disturbing to other. Why? Because the two coordinators are present in the body, what is nervous system and endocrinology. So here we'll start a nervous system in case of the human beings. So see children, you write nervous system. Nervous system, it is the entire system of what? Nerve cell. System of nerve cell, right? This nerve cell is called neuron. Nerve cell is also called neuron. So overall, if we see the functions of neuron, it is responsible for transmission, for sending and receiving the message in the form of impulse. How the brain knows things, how the brain sensitized and informed by stimulus. So all kinds of messages, all kinds of impulses are sent and received by these nerve cell. Clear? Now this nerve cell is of three types. Nerve cell is of three types. The first is sensory nerve. Sensory nerve. Second is motor nerve. And third is mixed nerve. Mixed nerve. And it's very easy to get this concept. Suppose this is what? Stimulus. Stimulus. And this is what? Receptors. This is what? Receptors. And if I write here about brain, this is what? Brain. So what happened? You see the path, you just see it, and now this is what? If I write about effectors, there are three terms: stimulus, receptors and effectors. I'll explain one by one. But see, stimulus are living or non-living substance. Stimulus may be living or non-living substance which are responsible to make the response in the body. Clear? If you see the snake, what you do? To see the snake, we ran away. So who saw the snake? Eyes. Eyes are receptors. What is photoreceptors? We have 5 types of receptors: eye, nose, tongue, skin, and what? Ear. So eyes is responsible for vision, it's called photoreceptor. Nose is responsible for smelling, it's called olfactory receptor. Ear is responsible for getting the sensation of sound, it's called phonoreceptor. Skin is responsible for getting the sensation of touch, it's called tangoreceptors. And tongue is responsible for different kinds of taste, it's called gustatory receptors. So there are 5 kinds of receptors present in human body, but these receptors are getting sensation from where? From stimulus. So I am talking about stimulus are maybe living or non-living substances. To see the snake, we ran away. Here snake will act like what? Stimulus. When we see the snake, then body get respond. We ran away. if I say so many times about tamarind, Emily, I'm talking about what? Emily. What? Emily. If say 3 to 4 times this word Emily, tamarind, what? There is a secretion of saliva inside the mouth. Though saliva is secreted, that is what respond in the buccal cavity. That tamarind Emily will act like what? Stimulus. If I throw a chalk towards anybody, the body become defensive mode. That chalk will what? Act like stimulus. So stimulus, so after getting the sensation of stimulus, receptors get different kinds of sensation. And then after, here, sensory nerve will come in action. Sensory nerves are those kinds of nerves which receive the message from the receptors and send to the brain. Clear? What is sensory nerve? The nerves which receive the message from the receptors, you say, and send to the brain. It's called sensory nerves. In fact, you can say here also. And here, if I write about motor nerves, motor nerve. See, when brain receive the message from the sensory nerve, yes, snake is there. The snake is black, very long. It belongs to the krat species. After biting of snake, there is chance of death of individual. So the brain will send a message to the effectors. So if the message is received from the brain and given to the effectors, that nerves are called motor nerves. The nerves which receive the message from the brain and give to the effectors are called motor nerves. Now, who are the effectors? The body organs which actually responded. To see the snake, we ran away. Who ran away? Hands are running away? No. Mouths are running away? No. Ears are running away? No. Legs are running away. So legs will be counted as what? Effectors. To hearing the sounds of Emily, tamarind, there is a secretion of saliva in the buccal cavity. So who come in respond? That gland who secretes the saliva. Understood? Effectors may be the different body organs who really show the respond after taking sensation from the stimulus. I think this is clear to everybody. So sensory nerve, motor nerve. Now what is mixed nerve? A nerve which has the property of both sensory nerve as well as motor nerves are called mixed nerve. That can bring the message from the receptor to the brain. Even they can receive the message from the brain to the effectors. Clear? So this is about different kinds of nerves. But when these kinds of small neuron, small nerve are making a network, they form what? Nervous system. What? Nervous system in the body. And this nervous system is playing very crucial role. Here children, I try to show the structure of a small neuron. How the neuron is looking like. And you know, neuron is the longest cell of the body. Up to 100 centimeter, up to 1 meter may be the length. So let's see the structure of neuron. This is very important, children. Probably you might have also seen in class 9th, 10th, but yes, if it is given, then we'll see structure of nerve cell, or what we say, neuron. See, you might have seen, this is the structure. It has mainly two parts and it's very easy to draw. See children, here what? The big nucleus. This is what? It's the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm in case of nerve system is called neuroplasm. Here we find you see these kinds of structures. It's very simple to draw. This is what it has, mainly two parts. You see, this is flat and branching structure is called cyton. It's called cyton, or is also known as cell body. Cell body. The branching and flat structure is called cyton or cell body, and this is the long part is called axon. You might have seen the cylindrical long part is called axon. You might have seen different kinds of threads like structures. These are called dendrites. What is called? Dendrites. This is what we say in case of nerve, neuroplasm. Neuroplasm. This is what? Nucleus. Nucleus. Here we find some nasal granules, some granules like a structure which is made up of protein and RNA. It's called nasal granules. Nasal granules. This is what? Myelin sheet. Myelin sheet. Actually, myelin sheet will act like insulator. Whatever impulses is moving in the form of electrochemical nature, so it prevents the loss of impulses, it prevents the loss of signals. It is what? Insulating in nature. That's bad conductor of electricity. Myelin sheet. The sheets were somewhere constricted at some places, that is called node of Ranvier. This is what? Node of Ranvier. These sheets somewhere constrict, making folds like structure. It's called node of Ranvier. Here we find some cells. It's called Schwann cells. Schwann cells. And these Schwann cells is responsible to accelerate the message impulses. At the end we have some synaptic button. Synaptic button. This synaptic button is also known as synaptic knob. Synaptic, K-N-O-B, synaptic knob. Now children, this is the entire structure of what? A neuron, single neuron, nerve cell. It's looking like that. See, dendrites are the hair-like structure. This is called the receiving end. This is responsible, these dendrites are attached with the synaptic button of the other neuron. Means this synaptic button always connect with the dendrites of other neuron, and it's making what? Link-like structure. So one neuron attached with other neuron, right? So what is the function of dendrites? They receive the message from synaptic button of other neuron. Got it? After that, this impulses is received by nasal granules, and then the impulses is moving to the what? Axon. You might have a single prominent nucleus is present inside the cyton cell body, and abundant amount of cytoplasm is also present. Somewhere nasal granules are present, which is made up of RNA and protein. Now the impulses are moving in the cylindrical part through axon. See, the nature of impulse is what? Electrochemical, that already explained in 9th standard. So this myelin sheath insulated in behavior, it behaves like insulation, and it prevents the loss of signal. From this axon, finally the electrical impulses are moving to the synaptic button. Now synaptic button attached with the dendrites of other neuron. So synaptic button, swollen part, end part of the axon, is responsible for distribution. It distributes the impulses to the dendrites of other neuron. So it's called distributing and. What is called distributing and? So between the dendrites and the synaptic button, we have a junction, we have a gap between pre and post synaptic membrane, that is called synaptic cleft. What is synaptic cleft? There is a mechanism behind that, where some vesicles, some neurotransmitters are acting like acetylcholine, responsible for transmissions of these impulses. Where there is a potassium, there is exchange of potassium and sodium ions between postsynaptic membrane and presynaptic membrane of what dendrites and synaptic button takes place. So chemicals as well as ions are responsible for the movement of impulse, that is what is called electrochemical. The nature of impulse is what? Electrochemical, and this is the mode through which the message is transmitting, either by the sensory nerve or by the motor nerve. So see children, this is very important. You must know, the function. Go through the 9th standard also, whatever the note I have given you, everything is very clear. But in case any doubt, you may call. Next video I'll explain about different kinds of nervous system. We learn about CNS, central nervous system, PNS, peripheral nervous system, and autonomous system. So you will see what happened when we'll see the CNS, which part, brain, spinal cord, what are the different functions of brain will be performed, but we'll see in the next video. Thank you so much.